So you've just bought a Peloton Plus, or you're using a spin bike with the app. But where do you start? In this video, I'm going to show you around the screen and show you some of the best places I think you should start as a new rider. I'll also tell you about the things I wish I knew before I first got on the bike. Let's get cracking. If you're really new to this and your fitness level is quite low, or you're not confident about your fitness level, then here's the home screen, and what I suggest you do is press more, and that takes you to these two screens, and that gives you an option just to ride. And by just riding, it's a blank screen, but you will be able to see your resistance and also your cadence. The other option, which is a bit more interesting, a lot more interesting, is to do a scenic ride. So if we look here, you've got lots of different scenic rides of different lengths. Let's look at this, a 30-minute ride in a place I wish I hadn't picked because I can't pronounce it. So if you start this ride, it's just you on the bike and you're riding down some lovely country lanes, and you can put as much effort or as little effort in as you like just to get the hang of things. There is a leaderboard here, and if you don't want to see the leaderboard, you just tap it away. And the next place to go is to classes. And you can filter classes by instructor, length, music genre, etc. But for this video, I want to look at the beginner classes. So once you click on that, they'll all come up. And these are, let's look at how hard they are. So this one is a 5.9 out of 10 ride. So that'll be challenging, but it should be fine for somebody of kind of normal fitness. You've also got advanced beginner rides in there. They're slightly harder. You can also click on low impact. So with the low impact rides, these will be nearly all in the saddle. So if you're really new to this, this might be a really good place to start. Let's look at the low impact rides, and this is 6 out of 2, but you're all in the saddle on this one. There's also some warm-up rides in here as well. So if you're looking to do a bigger ride, you might start with a warm-up ride. So another place, we're back at the home screen, is there's actually a program designed for new riders. Now, I didn't know this was there, so to locate this, you click programs. You've got different programs on here. You've got the Power of Sleep, you've got Crush Your Core, strength programs, etc. But here you've got Mastering the Basics. So this is a really good program, and it's a 6-week course. And at week 1, it starts with a beginner ride, a low impact ride, a beginner ride, a low impact ride, and then it progresses as the weeks go on. So this is a really good program offered by Peloton. Also, what you can do is when you click on classes, here's all the classes and here's all your filters. Now, what is not that always obvious is that they start showing you them by the newest class first. You can actually click on things like trending, the most popular, the top rating, the hardest, but for new riders, maybe the easiest. So say for instance you want to do a 20-minute ride, this will bring up all the 20-minute rides in order of how difficult they are. So if we look at this one's a 4 out of 10. The next one might be slightly harder. That's also a 4 out of 10. This one's a 4.4 out of 10. So another thing you may not know as a new rider is, although you can search by music genre, if you've got a specific artist that you're particularly interested in, let's try Iron Maiden. There we are. You can select Iron Maiden, and then you've got rides that contain that music or are just about that music. Next we have artist rides. So if we click on programs, let's come down to here. Now they've done some collaborations with the Beatles, Beyonce, also recently Elvis. There's also Christmas rides, but there's also a whole playlist here of artist rides. So I'm not going to read them all, but you've got Alicia Keys, you've got the Beatles, you've got the Backstreet Boys, you've got Billie Eilish, you've got Bon Jovi. There's absolutely loads on here. If you're enjoying this video, then please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. And if you have an interest in Peloton and you're not a subscriber, then please subscribe as well. As always, if you're thinking about buying a bike, the best place you should go is friends and family and ask them for their Peloton referral code, and then you'll both get £100, euros, dollars to spend in the Peloton apparel shop, where you can get things like t-shirts, water bottles, towels, etc. If you haven't got a friend or family member who's got a Peloton bike, then see the description and I'll put a referral code there. The other thing you can do, which is really handy, is to bookmark rides. So this is the home screen and this is showing me several rides. Now, I might want to do this ride now, but I want to do that ride later. So I don't want to forget about that ride. So I can bookmark that one by clicking on there, and then I can go into the ride that I want to do right now. And then to find my bookmark classes, I just go into classes, hit the bookmark tab, and there's the classes that I've bookmarked. I'd also say try all the instructors, because you will find that there's several that you don't really like, but more importantly, there'll be a few that you really like. So if you're not quite up for a ride today, for instance, if you pick an instructor that you know is going to motivate you, then you'll get on the bike and you'll have a really good workout. My next tip is to watch the Peloton setup video, and that will show you exactly where to position the seat, as in forward and back, and also the height as well as the handlebars. So not only will this make you more powerful on the bike, it will also help with kind of like, not injuries, but niggles. It'll be the most efficient way for you to be riding this bike. So I'll link to that video, it's from Peloton. I'll put it in my Peloton playlist, and I'll put a link to my playlist at the end of this video. Another thing to know about is this seat. So your bum will hurt after riding on this. So before getting a gel cover or replacing this seat, I would say give it a go. The reason being is this seat is designed to work really well with this bike. And after a few rides, I promise you, your bum will stop hurting and everything will be fine. So when you're riding on the bike, you'll have kind of three metrics here. So the first is your cadence. So let me start pedaling. And the cadence is essentially how fast I'm turning those pedals. So on this ride, she's advising 70, and that puts me in the zone of where they would like me to be for this ride. For resistance, that's down with a red knob, and you turn the red knob, and here I'm within the resistance, what they're asking for. So you don't have to stay within these markers. Sometimes I will ride slower, but really turn my resistance up. And then you'll also get your output figure in the middle here. So your output figure is a general idea of how well you're doing within the ride. And at the end of the ride, you'll get several bits of information. So you'll get where you ranked on the leaderboard. You'll also get your total output for that ride, the distance, your calories burned, your average output, and your cadence and average resistance and speed, etc. You'll also get some other metrics as well here regarding your output. You can see on this ride here, when it got to about the 20-minute ride, I just got very tired. So most of the things I do before 20 minutes are above the average line, and a lot of the things I do after 20 minutes are below the average line. It also shows your cadence, your resistance, and your speed throughout the ride. Once again there, about that mark, it really tailed off. It was a tough ride. So lastly, I would say don't be afraid of live classes. A few of my friends have bought Pelotons and they haven't done a live class for like weeks and months. Nobody will know in that class that you are new. And the only person judging you is the person that you brush your teeth with in the morning. Everybody in that ride will be concentrating on their ride. They might be trying to beat you, or they might be trying to catch up with you, but nobody cares. Just get on with it, do a live ride after you've done a few others, and you won't look back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As mentioned before, if you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it, and feel free to subscribe. Until next time, I'll put my Peloton playlist right here, and I'll see you soon.